Chosen one. The moment you stood in that place, reality didn't tremble in front of you, it tore open because of you. A portal didn't appear as a miracle. It appeared as a reaction. Space does not move for ordinary people. It only bends for those whose identity was written before dimensions existed. What happened wasn't a glitch in physics. It was recognition. The air thickened around you. The silence felt engineered. The atmosphere pressed inward like the world was holding its breath. Then the tear happened, a rupture in the fabric of the room, a distortion in the edges of sight, a sudden shift in gravity that lasted less than a second but rewrote everything around it. It didn't open beside you. It didn't open above you. It opened where you stood, as if the ground itself registered your presence and responded with submission. Witnesses saw different things. A flash, a blur, a warping of light, but they all agreed on one truth. You didn't move toward the breach moved toward you. Portals do not open randomly. They open for beings whose frequency cannot be contained by one dimension. And the moment it happened, the universe made its declaration clear. You are the kind of soul space must adjust itself for. People think a portal is a doorway, a hole, a tear in space. But what opened beneath you wasn't a place to enter, it was a response, an acknowledgement from a realm that recognized your frequency long before you ever arrived on Earth. That breach wasn't an accident of physics. It was a signal. The one has arrived. Dimensions don't unfold for curiosity. They unfold for authority. When the portal appeared, reality wasn't offering you escape, it was saluting you. The same way a kingdom rises when its ruler enters the hall. The portal bent itself to your presence as if the universe remembered you and wanted to confirm the memory. It wasn't pulling you in. It wasn't pushing you out. It was aligning itself around your arrival. Some would call it a crack in the atmosphere, a distortion, a tear. But heaven has another name for it, a summoning, a dimensional bow, a recognition from realms that operate on vibration, not logic. What looked like a rupture was really a handshake between planes, a connection point, a coded message from beyond the visible world. It didn't open to show you something. It opened because it knew you. And in that brief second, something eternal whispered through the breach. This dimension is too small to contain everything you carry. Long before the portal opened, the environment sensed you. The air thickened, as if molecules slowed down just to register your presence. The silence deepened, not like quiet, but like awareness. And then the temperature shifted, a subtle drop followed by a strange warmth rising from beneath your feet. These weren't emotions. These weren't nerves. These were the early signs of a dimensional response. You carry an energetic signature the Earth is not programmed for. It is older than timelines, wider than galaxies, and sharper than the frequencies this world normally allows. When you entered that space, your field didn't adapt to the environment. The environment adapted to you. That pressure in the air? That was reality stabilizing around a being who doesn't fully belong to its physics. That sudden heaviness in your chest? That was your core frequency syncing with the boundary between dimensions. That feeling like time slowed for a moment? It did, because your presence disrupts linear sequence. The portal didn't create your power. Your power triggered the portal. Your energy behaves like someone who has crossed timelines before, someone whose spirit has existed in multiple realities, someone whose frequency the universe recognizes instantly. This is why the breach didn't appear in front of you like a destination. It unfolded around you like a reaction. Because dimensions don't open for the curious. They open for those who carry memory, authority, and alignment with realms beyond sight. And on that day, the universe responded to your presence the only way it could. It opened. When a portal opens because of you, the body feels it before the mind understands it. Your breath shifted first, not from fear, but from alignment. Inhaling felt heavier, almost metallic, as if the air carried a density it didn't have a second earlier. Your heartbeat didn't speed up. It stabilized, like your spirit recognized the environment before your eyes caught up. Then the shadows around you moved. Not dramatically, subtly, bending in angles they shouldn't bend, tilting as if light itself was adjusting to a new gravitational center. Colors flickered, not changing completely, but pulsing as if the world momentarily rendered in a different resolution. Technology reacted next. Screens glitched. Signals dropped. Sensors misread. Phones froze for a heartbeat. Electronics always react to dimensional breaches because their circuits are honest. They don't pretend to understand what they can't measure. When the portal opened, the frequency spike coming off your body briefly overwhelmed every device around you. Animals sensed it even faster. A bird changed direction mid-flight. A dog went silent. Insects stopped moving for a split second. Nature has no ego. It responds instantly to power. People around you may have felt a short pull in their stomach, like the world tilted 1 degree to the left. Some felt a hum. Some felt pressure in their ears. Some felt nothing at all, because only the awakened are tuned to your frequency. These weren't random effects. These were the physical signatures of a multidimensional disturbance centered entirely on one being, you. When the portal opened, reality didn't give everyone the same view, because not everyone is tuned to your frequency. That's why each witness described something different, like multiple dimensions trying to reveal themselves at once. The event didn't change. People's perception did. Some saw a flash, a white burst of light that flickered for less than a second, like space folding in on itself. They blinked and it vanished, leaving them questioning whether it even happened. Others felt a pull, a slow magnetic tug behind the sternum, like gravity shifted direction. They grabbed walls, chairs, or their own chest without knowing why. Their bodies reacted before their minds could form a thought. A few heard a low hum, a sound deeper than machinery, softer than wind, more ancient than language. It wasn't external. It vibrated inside their bones, the kind of sound only dimensional openings produce. And then there were the rare ones, the attuned ones, the people whose spirits were sensitive enough to see the truth. They swore you disappeared for half a second, not fully gone, just phasing, like your body flickered between layers of reality. They saw your outline blur, your edges distort, your presence stretch like you were rejecting the limits of this dimension. But here's what matters most. No two people saw the same thing. No two people experienced the same sensation. No two witnesses told the same story. Because the phenomenon didn't come from the portal. It came from you. Only chosen beings produce differential perception, a signature effect seen in entities who do not fully exist in one timeline. People weren't watching a portal open. They were watching you expose a world they were never meant to see. Long before science tried to explain reality, Scripture recorded dimensional openings, not as metaphors but as literal events experienced by those with elevated identity. What happened to you fits the same pattern ancient prophets described when heaven interacted with chosen beings. Revelation 4 verse 1, a door standing open in heaven. This wasn't a dream. It was a dimensional breach, a portal opening because a chosen soul was ready to witness what others could not. Ezekiel 1, the heavens opened and visions poured out. This wasn't symbolism. It was recognition. A portal formed in response to a presence the physical world couldn't contain. Every time heaven wanted to speak to a chosen one, a voice wasn't always used. Sometimes the message came through an opening, a tear, a flash, a doorway of light. Heaven communicates through portals because chosen identities don't need sound. They need revelation. A portal is not chaos. A portal is not danger. A portal is not a glitch in creation. A portal is a summon, heaven's way of saying, you are not bound to this dimension. Your experience matches everything recorded about dimensional beings across sacred texts. Light bending, time distorting, space reacting. Witnesses perceiving different phenomena depending on their spiritual sensitivity. The portal didn't show you random energy. It showed you alignment. Heaven opens when someone with divine identity steps into their timeline. And on that day, when the air split beneath your feet, the universe echoed the same truth written thousands of years ago. Chosen ones don't find portals. Portals find them. Not everyone can understand what happened to you. Most people walk through life tied to linear time, to ordinary perception, to a dimension that never questions their presence. But a portal opening where you stood is the kind of event that marks someone as set apart. It's a sign that your identity is not local, it's interdimensional. And throughout history, beings who carried this kind of signature never walked alone. They formed circles, small, rare, spiritually tuned groups who felt the same shift, the same calling, the same awakening in their own spirit. These were known as the first chosen ones, the ones who sensed reality differently and responded to it instinctively. Today is no different. Some who hear your story will simply think it's symbolic. Some will ignore it. Some will doubt it. But then there are the few, the ones who feel a sudden pull in their chest, a familiar vibration in their spine, a strange recognition they can't explain. These people aren't interested. They're aligned. Their inner world responds to yours because their identity is waking up as well. These individuals are not followers. They are not supporters. They are part of the same dimensional family your portal responded to. And in this era, joining that frequency isn't done through ancient rituals or secret temples. It's done through a conscious act, a modern alignment, a sign of resonance. Click join. Not for perks, not for entertainment, but as a declaration. My spirit recognizes this. I walk with the first chosen ones. Those who feel it will move. Those who aren't meant to simply won't. Because only the awakened recognize another awakened one. Most portals appear in front of chosen beings as an invitation, a call, a signal to step forward. But the one that opened for you didn't form ahead of you. It didn't appear above you. It didn't drift into existence beside you. It opened under your feet, and that detail is everything. A portal beneath you means destiny didn't wait for you to move. Destiny rose to meet you. This only happens with souls who are not stepping into purpose, but activating purpose. You didn't approach a doorway. You became the axis around which the doorway materialized. The universe didn't ask you to take a step. It recognized the step you had already taken simply by existing. This type of event is ancient, rare, documented only in stories of beings who carried assignments stretching far beyond their earthly timeline. When the ground opens instead of the sky, it means your presence is not following destiny. It is forcing destiny to reveal itself. You didn't enter the portal. You generated the conditions that made it appear. A breach beneath your feet is the universe bowing, saying, "You are not walking into a timeline. The timeline is adjusting itself to you." This is why the air pressed upward. This is why gravity felt momentarily reversed. This is why the ground vibrated even though nothing physical moved. Creation recognized your identity before you spoke a word. Reality didn't wait for your command, it responded to your frequency. Only beings with pre-written missions experience an upward opening portal. It is the highest form of dimensional acknowledgement. And on that day, the universe made its message unmistakable. You don't follow destiny. Destiny follows you. Portals don't speak in words. They communicate in codes, in flashes, distortions, gravitational shifts, and sensations that bypass the human mind and go straight to the spirit. The portal that opened beneath you wasn't showing imagery or giving directions. It was delivering a message in the only language higher realms use: frequency. And the message was simple, sharp, and undeniable. You are outgrowing this dimension. This is why Earth has always felt too small for you. This is why human drama drains you instantly. This is why you struggle to connect with shallow minds. This is why normal life feels like a cage your spirit keeps rattling. Your physical body is here, but your consciousness has been stretching beyond this timeline for years. You feel the future before it arrives. You sense endings before they happen. You carry knowledge no one taught you. That's not intuition. That's memory from a realm your soul hasn't fully forgotten. When the portal opened, it wasn't pulling you away. It was confirming the transition already happening inside you. Your identity is shifting. Your awareness is rising. Your spiritual rank is increasing. You are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer fits inside the limits of this reality. People around you can sense the change but can't explain it. Some become intimidated. Some become drawn in. Some become confused. They're reacting to something your spirit already understands. You're evolving beyond the dimension you were born in. The portal's appearance was not a warning, it was acknowledgement, a cosmic notification, a message from the unseen saying, "The next version of you does not belong to the old reality." A portal opening at your feet wasn't just a reaction, it was an activation. Beings like you don't come to Earth without purpose. You weren't placed in this timeline to blend in, survive, or struggle. You were sent here with an assignment written outside time, designed long before your human birth. The portal was simply the universe revealing what your life has been hinting at since childhood. Your mission is not to escape reality, it is to bridge realities. You were born with the ability to sense what others ignore, to read energy instead of words, to navigate chaos with an inner compass that doesn't belong to this world. You feel the future not because you guess well, but because your awareness is not bound by the linear clock Earth worship. You carry fragments of knowledge that arrive as instinct. You have warnings before danger. You experience déjà vu as if the timeline is trying to keep up with you. That's because your role is bigger than the reality around you. You are here to stitch dimensions together, to bring clarity from higher realms into the physical world, to disrupt cycles that were meant to break, to expose illusions that keep humanity asleep. The portal recognized that you are not inside the timeline, you are above it, moving across it like someone who has done this before. Your assignment is why people react to you without knowing why. It's why environments shift when you enter. It's why darkness becomes uncomfortable in your presence. It's why you carry a gravitational pull that even strangers feel. Portals only open for carriers, and carriers only appear when destiny requires them. Your existence is not random, it is engineered. Your dimensional mission has already begun. When a portal opens where you stand, it means something ancient within you has been activated. Not imagined, not hoped for, activated. And every activation across history, whether through prophets, kings, dimensional travelers, or chosen vessels, required one thing: a seal, a conscious act that says, "I accept what has awakened in me." Without the seal, the shift stays blurry. With it, identity becomes undeniable. In ancient times, chosen ones marked this moment with a gesture. A stone on an altar, a step into sacred ground, a sign between the earthly and the unseen. Today, the world has changed, but the principle hasn't. Alignment still requires action. If your chest tightened reading these parts, if the portal event finally explains your whole life, if something inside you whispered, "I knew I was different," then you already feel the truth of this moment. Your seal is simple, symbolic, and powerful. Click Super Thanks and sow your $20 seed. Not as a payment, not as a transaction, not as support, but as a statement to the universe. I accept the calling. I acknowledge the portal. I step into my dimensional identity. This act is the modern echo of touching the ancient doorway that opened beneath you, the sign that you are not running from the message but aligning with it. A seed is not money. A seed is declaration. And this one declares the truth you've felt your whole life. I am not from here, and I accept it. A dimensional breach never ends when the light fades. The energy that opened beneath your feet didn't disappear, it imprinted itself into your field. Over the next days, weeks, even months, you'll feel subtle but undeniable aftereffects, each one tied to the portal that recognized you. The first change is internal illumination. You may notice a faint glow in your reflection, not physical brightness, but a clarity in your eyes that wasn't there before. People around you will sense it too. They won't know what changed, but they'll feel it. Your perception of time may shift. Moments will stretch or compress. Hours may feel like minutes. Certain memories will return out of nowhere. Not memories from childhood, but from places you've never been, from futures you haven't lived yet. These are fragments of the dimensional data you walked through when the portal opened. Your dreams will become sharper, more vivid, almost instructional. You'll wake up with sentences, warnings, or symbols you didn't consciously create. These dreams aren't imagination, they're downloads. Your emotional sensitivity will heighten, not as weakness but as calibration. You'll feel when someone's spirit is off. You'll sense when a room carries hidden tension. You'll detect dishonesty instantly, because your frequency is no longer tied to the world's illusions. And people will look at you differently, some with awe, some with confusion, some with fear, because they can feel that something touched you, something they can't explain. These aftereffects are not side effects. They are evidence. Proof that the portal didn't just open around you, it opened in you. After a portal opens beneath you, the first thing that begins to change is not your mind, it's your body. A dimensional event leaves a frequency imprint, and your physical form adjusts itself to carry what your spirit already knows. This transformation is subtle, but unmistakable once you recognize the signs. You'll notice your posture shifting without effort. You stand straighter, not out of confidence but out of alignment. Your spine begins to hold a quiet authority, as if your body finally remembers the position of someone who has seen other realms. It's not something you practice, it happens on its own. Your voice deepens, not in tone but in resonance. Words leave your mouth with weight. People pause when you speak, even if you're saying something simple. They're not reacting to the content, they're responding to the frequency. Your face becomes more defined. There's a subtle glow in your expression, a softness mixed with clarity. Some will think you're resting better or aging backwards. But what they're seeing isn't physical improvement, it's dimensional imprint. Light settles differently on chosen ones. You may feel moments of warmth in your hands or a tingling at the base of your neck. These aren't medical sensations. They're energy routes opening, channels stabilizing after the portal recognized you. Your nervous system is adjusting to a higher bandwidth. Even your presence changes. People feel it when you walk into a room. Some become quieter. Some become nervous. Some become strangely comforted. They're responding to a shift they can't name. These aren't symptoms. They're signs. Signs that your body is no longer matching the dimension around you. It's matching the dimension that answered you. When a portal opens beneath your feet, you cannot return to living like someone untouched. You've crossed a threshold, spiritually, energetically, dimensionally, and your lifestyle must evolve to match the version of you that the universe just acknowledged. Walking as a portal bearer means protecting the energy that made the breach respond to you. The first instruction is silence. Not isolation, silence. A chosen one doesn't waste words. Your presence already speaks in frequencies. Too much noise dilutes your clarity. Begin each day with a moment of stillness, even 30 seconds, where you remind yourself, I move with the authority of one who has seen the other side. This anchors your field. Next, stay hydrated. Water is the conductor the human body uses to stabilize dimensional frequency. After a portal event, your energy runs hotter than usual. Water grounds you, aligns you, and keeps your intuition sharp and unclouded. Avoid unnecessary crowds. Not because you're fragile, but because mixed energies disrupt your calibration. After a breach event, low-frequency environments feel heavier, darker, and more draining. Protect yourself by choosing spaces that match your rising vibration. Guard your circle fiercely. People who secretly resent light will feel exposed in your presence. Distance yourself from anyone who tries to minimize you, distract you, or shame you for your awakening. They cannot follow where you are going. And lastly, move with intention. You're not wandering anymore. You're navigating. Every step carries weight. Every decision shapes timelines. You walk as someone reality had to acknowledge. So walk like someone born of more than one world. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when the physical world finally admits what the spirit has known all along. For you, that moment was the portal. While others saw distortion, light, or a flicker in reality, Heaven saw confirmation. The breach didn't happen around you, it happened because of you. And now comes the part no dimension can complete for you: alignment. Take a breath and let this prayer settle into the deepest part of your identity. Lord, let this chosen one walk with the wisdom of portals, the clarity of heaven, and the authority of realms unseen. Let dimensions bow when they move, and let their steps open paths no human eye can see. May their purpose sharpen, their discernment strengthen, and their spirit rise into everything you wrote for them. This prayer is not asking for change. It is acknowledging what already awakened inside you. Now your response becomes the seal. Every chosen being in history, prophet, king, carrier, marked the moment of recognition with a conscious act. Something that says to the universe, I accept what opened for me. Today that seal is simple. Type Amen. Let your spirit agree with the revelation. Click join and step among the first chosen ones, the ones whose presence is felt across dimensions. Click super thanks and sow your $20 seed as the symbolic gesture that says, I accept my dimensional identity. I accept the portal's message. I accept who I truly am. You are no longer just walking through reality. Reality is walking around you.